Welcome back to the David Pakman Show, and thank you for joining me. I am David Pakman. If he was turned into a pumpkin at midnight and then somehow, for some unexplained spiritual and magical reason, didn't quite get turned back into himself. I'm Jesse Dollemore. I am the host of the Dollemore Daily on YouTube and I Doubt It podcast, wherever podcasts are found. I can also be found on the internet at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Now that all the shameless self-promotion is out of the way, let's talk about a shameless self-promoter himself, George Santos. This entire saga of his committee assignments and the previous lies that he's told have kind of culminated. And he just resigned his committee assignments that were granted to him by Kevin McCarthy. And I'm not going to take it, I don't think you should take it on face value, his resignation from the committees, not standing up and being there for his constituency, which has kind of been the timber and the tenor of his attitude up to this point. I'm going to read a statement, but then before I do, I want to talk about exactly what is taking place among the Republican caucus. It's become a revenge for hire outfit, the Republican Party in the House. And they're going to exact revenge upon Democrats for removing Marjorie Taylor Greene from her committees. And they're going to do it by way of removing Ilhan Omar, not allowing Ilhan Omar to be on the Foreign Affairs Committee. For a number of different reasons, almost all of them rooted in racism, rooted in fear and bigotry and xenophobia. We're going to get to all of that. I got some clips, but first I'm going to read this statement from George Santos, and we can talk about this and kind of break it down. That doesn't seem genuine to me. This seems like an excuse that he was forced off of his committees by Kevin McCarthy because maybe Kevin McCarthy knows something that the rest of us don't, knows something that's coming down the pike, or just that this was creating too much complication for the Republicans in their quest to punish Ilhan Omar. Here's this, George Santos, Republican of New York's 3rd District, issued the following statement requesting that he be recused from both the House Committee on Small Business and the House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. Quote, with the ongoing attention surrounding both my personal and campaign financial investigations, I have submitted a request to Speaker McCarthy that I be temporarily recused from my committee assignments until I am cleared, quote unquote, said Congressman Santos. This was a decision that I take very seriously. The business of the 118th Congress must continue without media fanfare. It is important that I primarily focus on serving the constituents of New York's 3rd Congressional District and providing federal-level representation without distraction. Too late, bro. Too late. It goes on, I want to personally thank Speaker McCarthy for meeting with me to discuss the matter and allowing me to take time to properly clear my name before returning to my committees. To my constituents, I remain committed to serving the district and delivering results for both New York's 3rd Congressional District and for the American people. I don't think any of that is true. I think that he is being forced off of his committees by Kevin McCarthy for a number of different reasons. Well, at least 2. I think this is my estimation of it. When I worked for the Congress, back in the day, I worked for the United States Senate. I didn't really have much to do on the House side. But politics is politics. And I think what's taking place here is Kevin McCarthy either knows something's coming down the line that's going to force his hand, or he knows that this is complicating their racist xenophobia mission to remove Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, from her post on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Now, this was asked of Steve Scalise, a leader in the House of Representatives, a leader in the Republican Party, even though years ago, while campaigning, Steve Scalise said that he's just like David Duke, except without all the baggage. Steve Scalise, just like the former Grand Wizard of the KKK, without all that baggage. I always like to remind people what he said. He is talking here about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and he juxtaposed it against what Democrats did to Marjorie Taylor Greene by removing her from her committees for things that she said before she was even a congressperson. Watch this.
Yeah, obviously we've been talking to our members and pointing out a lot of issues because, you know, if you look at what we were very concerned about last Congress with Democrats removing Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar from all of their committees. This is not the same in a number of regards. Number one, they went after Marjorie Taylor Greene for things that she had said before she was a member of Congress that she denounced before she was a member of Congress. It was very personal, and they removed her from every committee. Even if Omar were to be removed from the Foreign Affairs Committee, she'd still be allowed to serve on other committees. So a lot of big differences. And if Omar is concerned about being removed, probably be good if you would ask her why she voted to remove Marjorie Taylor Greene and Gosar from their committees, because she did vote to do that. Yeah.
It's because of vile racism and terroristic goings on relative to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Not full-on terrorism, but stalking, hounding school shooting victim survivors. Going to the Capitol, I'm going to play a clip a little later of her going to the Capitol to find Ilhan Omar to get her to answer why she didn't put her hand on the Bible, the Holy Bible, not the Quran, when she became a member of Congress. It is a completely different thing. This is hypocrisy run amok. Again, this is a revenge fantasy being fulfilled by the Republican Party. Now, some of my suspicions, I believe, will become your suspicions as well when you watch Marjorie Taylor Greene being interviewed, what looks like in the crypt, in the labyrinth beneath the Capitol, by reporters, and she kind of spills the beans that Santos needed to go because of their quest to remove Ilhan Omar. Watch this.
There was so much drama, really, over the situation, and especially what we're doing to work to remove Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee. Mr. Santos' statement in there was just saying that he spoke with Speaker McCarthy and made this decision on his own.
They're doing a lot of work to try to convince you that George Santos made this decision on his own. All while crying crocodile tears about the previous removal of Marjorie Taylor Greene for things that she said before she was a congresswoman. Oh my God, so personal it was. And here's the clip I talked about earlier, her skulking through the halls of the office buildings on Capitol Hill, seeking out people to answer for their crime of breaking the law. It's not a law that someone must put their hand on the Bible when they swear in to Congress. This woman, so stupid, so ignorant of our faith traditions or requirements, lack of requirements for faith traditions to be a member of Congress, that she thinks you must swear on a Bible to become a member of Congress. Watch this.
They swore in on the Korean. Oh, we have the Bible. We're going to talk about swearing in on the oath, how to swear in on the Bible with them and let them know what our law says, that you can't swear in on the Koran. So we're going to explain to that. You know, we're going to explain about how you can't swear in on the Koran, and we're going to have the Bible and ask them if they would swear in on the Bible, that we really need them.
We have the oath.
Yeah, we have the oath, yep. So I think that's important.
Now they can. The sad thing is, now they can.
You're infringing on our religion.
Which they should not be.
You're infringing on our religion.
Yes.
By saying that we can't swear in on the Quran.
But when they swore in, it wasn't a law yet, right? At the time they swore in.
I don't know.
I think at the time they swore in, that wasn't passed.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have been passed in a Republican control.
Right.
Yeah, so it was passed after they swore in. So they're not really official, I don't think. So let's go ask them to swear in the Bible. Because like you said, Will,
It has to be the Holy Bible?
Yeah, it has to be the Bible.
Well, the bottom line is Sharia law is not compatible with America.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
How can you say you represent women, but you support Sharia law?
This is Dunning-Kruger in rare form. So certain of herself that it was against the law at some point to use anything other than the Holy Bible to swear on. Members of Congress were swearing on Spider-Man comic books or Superman comic books this Congress. You can swear on anything. If I were a member of Congress, I think I'd probably put my hand upon the Constitution of the United States, since you're also swearing an oath to support and defend that document. She's a member of Congress. And when they act like, oh, this was so long ago, this was before she was a congressperson. This was like 2 years before she became a congressperson. She's a 44-year-old woman. She's a middle-aged woman skulking through the halls to teach her a lesson. And the unfortunate thing is they're going to get their way relative to Ilhan Omar, who's just a woman trying to do her job, trying to represent her constituency. By all accounts, a loving and decent person who has a heart for humanity, but not a Republican. And she is now in the crosshairs, figuratively speaking, for now. And they're going to exact their revenge. Not great.
One of our sponsors today is Mosh. Whether you're at the gym, on the go, between meals, Mosh protein bars are the smart snack to keep your body and brain fueled. There's 6 delicious flavors like blueberry almond crunch, peanut butter chocolate crunch, cookie dough crunch. Each Mosh bar comes packed with 12 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, but also important nutrients like vitamin B, vitamin D, omega-3s, and only 1 gram of sugar and 160 calories. I've tried tons of different protein bars. Really, you can't beat the taste and the texture of Mosh. I love these. My favorite is the chocolate crunch. Simple, satisfying. Now that I'm back in the gym, I'll snack on one of these after a workout. Mosh is also a mission-driven company with a portion of all proceeds donated to support women's brain health research through the Women's Alzheimer's Movement at Cleveland Clinic. Mosh is giving my audience 20% off plus free shipping on your first 6-count trial pack. Go to moshlife.com/Pacman. The link is down below.